Welcome back, esteemed viewers. If you just joined us, you are right on site because the show is about to kickstart. On today's episode, we'll be discussing a vital topic that says the future of African fashion, blending tradition with technology. I'll take that again, the future of African fashion, blending tradition with technology. Now, before we delve straight into the topic, let's give you this excerpt on what the topic entails. The future of African fashion is an exciting fusion of rich cultural heritage and cutting-edge innovation. Now, as the global fashion industry continues to evolve, African designers are embracing technology to revolutionize traditional garments while preserving their cultural significance. From the use of digital fabric printing to the incorporation of smart textiles, technology is enabling African fashion to expand beyond borders while maintaining its authenticity. The world is evolving, but then are we going to do away with our African designs, our traditional designs, our traditional apparels, wares or garments? Now, on today's episode, we'll be looking at how we can blend tradition with technology in terms of fashion designing. We will not be discussing this topic alone. Join us as we welcome our guests who just joined us in the studio. He goes by the name Godwin Wealth. Wow, the name is powerful. Godwin Wealth. He is an innovative entrepreneur, a multidisciplinary professional. He is also the CEO and founder of G Wealth Stitches International. I did not say local, international. Good evening, Godwin Wealth.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Engendered show.
Thank you so much.
There should be like a song
by
now.
You're always saying that, and you don't even take your time to draft one song for us.
Welcome to the Engendered show.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, how are you? How has the year been so far? This is the second month in the year 2025. How has it been so far for you?
It has been awesome by the grace of God.
Okay.
It's obvious. Do you know that thing around Nigeria saying when you hear by the grace of God? It's deep. It's deep.
Well, then the grace of God has been carrying us all through. I mean,
definitely.
So many of us, 2024 was not funny, and we are here 2025. So it's just been the grace of God, not by our power.
Yeah.
In his portfolio, I read out that he is a fashion designer. I mean, take a look at him from head to toe. Isn't it obvious?
Yes. You know, some people when you read out like their portfolio and they say there are certain things, but I just like,
okay, it's not true, right? It's not obvious. And some people, even if you don't read it out, just taking a look at them, you know that yes, this person belongs to this particular level. All right, Godwin, welcome. It's good to have you on the show. Now, let's delve straight to the topic for discussion this evening. You're a fashion designer. So how long have you been in the industry, the fashion industry? How long have you been?
Okay,
when did you start?
I've been in the industry for about 6 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, started 2018, 2019.
Okay.
That was when I started. After my secondary school, I had to like look for skill to acquire because I realized school alone is not
enough. The certificate is there.
It's not.
And again, I came from a background whereby I have to pay bills by myself.
Yeah.
So in order to pay those bills, I don't want to go into anything bad like all those
illegal stuff.
I already determined to make money legally without forcing people to. So what I do is I give them value and they give me their money. Because what I realized while growing up is that nobody on earth is stingy. Nobody on earth is stingy.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Some people are naturally stingy.
You know why I say that? Everybody have what they need.
Okay.
And they're ready to pay for it.
But like, I feel like that's like a different something.
It's different. You've been stingy.
Okay, what I'm saying is, you know, the context where people say people are stingy, not all people are stingy.
Yeah, of course.
But what if you have what they need? They will pay for it.
Okay. I mean, I guess that I can understand that, but some people are stingy.
Naturally, like
they are stingy.
Yeah.
They are stingy to themselves, stingy to others.
Yeah. Okay, like, you know, value itself is compelling.
Yeah.
For instance, now there are people that, let's say, when I started as a fashion designer, there are people that don't pay good amount of money to me
Yeah.
because of the first place I started
Yeah.
from. So they looked down. The value level was not high.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why most people release low amount of money is because
Because
they perceive the
it's
value is low.
low.
So if you want high amount of money from
You have
people,
to
you have to upgrade your
upgrade
value.
your-
In the Gen Z expression, you need to increase your steez.
Yes.
So that
Exactly.
Yes, increase your steez.
I don't understand what you
Yes,
mean
I do. The
now.
perceive
I
will
do.
become different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how has the journey been?
Yeah.
Though it has been good, I had a lot of experiences. Though I left the work within 1 year before starting my own shop.
Because normally, how many years was it supposed to take for you to learn
Okay,
it?
it would actually depend on how people are able to know
Okay, yeah,
things.
your level of
Yeah.
adaptability,
Exactly,
your learning
exactly.
pace.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So, like me, my grandma is a fashion designer.
Okay.
So,
It runs in the blood.
so
You
I-
say it now.
although the first skill I learned was electrical work,
Okay.
but then I saw that I was not going to make it in that.
Yeah.
So I had to. So I realized when I went into fashion, I had the passion, the zeal. Like the first day I started, I wanted to know everything one day,
No,
Of
it's
course,
not
that's
possible.
not possible.
but I realized it was not possible. So learning it was not easy. You know, when you're learning with the boss, like this our generation now, they are
You're
looking
not
for money.
patient,
Of
yes.
Yes, I had to have the pressure. Like my boss, when I became perfect, I was so from morning till night. All you tell me is thank you.
Oh,
So
No percentage, no commission.
exactly. You know, there's this mentality Nigerian people had that when you're learning skill, they
okay.
don't get to give you money. They say, yeah.
But that's that's wrong because
Yeah.
I did work. I learned how to when I finished school and I couldn't get into school. So my mom was just like, go learn something as is the usual thing in Nigeria.
Acquire a skill.
You know, acquire a skill
Yeah.
because school can only take you so far.
Yes.
So I went to learn how to make hair. Please don't ask me to make your hair.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for the update.
Yes. So when I went to learn, I think I learned for like a year or so. I think a year is a good
Right.
amount of
For you
time
to
to
know,
learn
yeah.
something. So I really did. I learned it. I learned a lot of things. But my boss, if they pay her, she gives me like little tips, like there, here, and there. Even though I'm learning,
It encourages you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just
Yeah.
giving the apprentice just
But
without
a
anything.
lot of
No,
people do that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
not-
not just
it's not
you are
normal.
learning from them,
Exactly.
so they just take advantage of that. But that's not like.
But you're not learning for free now. I mean, when
Yeah.
I came, I paid, right,
Exactly,
to
exactly.
acquire the knowledge.
That's where your money ends now.
Wow.
So that's what happened with the boss. So like this our generation now, we need to change that
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah.
It helps because once people come, like people they have bills to pay. Like when I started, even 20 I was not able to afford it.
Ah.
That was how bad it was. I had to meet my mom for money, but then the passion and the zeal was there.
you.
So though I've seen visions, I've had dreams, I've written down my goals
Okay.
of how my fashion business is going to be like. So with all those things I went through, I still paid attention. Like some of us started, but not all of us.
Finished.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I paid the price, I did my freedom.
Yeah.
I graduated from my
Yes.
boss.
And you were persistent.
That's
Yes.
yeah.
So immediately I graduated, it was after 2 weeks after, and I opened my own shop. That was how I started. Then one thing I realized was the skill I acquired from my boss was not enough.
Okay.
When I started having customers from different,
Yeah.
because the experience is that if you are not yet a boss, you will not have.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because as an apprentice, even if you learn work for like
Yeah,
2
the
to 4 years
responsibility
and
is
you
on your
graduate,
boss.
there are still some things that experience will be what will teach you.
Okay.
Like what customers will say, like some designs, there are different patterns of sewing. Why, like one of the problem of learning from one boss is that boss limit will be your limit if you don't go elsewhere
Okay.
to upgrade your skill.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I did was I went to upgrade my skill. Then the people started perceiving me, became different.
Your steez increased.
Yeah.
And attracted more customers.
Exactly. So that was how the journey went. Then when I opened, I now had my own apprentice. That was then, and I know what my boss was wearing.
now you're putting on his shoes.
I went through a lot that season.
Okay.
But I was able to overcome all those challenges.
Talking about challenges, highlight these challenges you faced and how you surmounted these challenges.
All right. The number one challenge is when I started the business, I wasn't having customers.
Okay.
Yeah, I could just be at the shop morning till night, looking. And at first, I was comfortable when it was only me, when there was no customer.
Why did you feel that way?
I knew customers were going to come. But what I was being comfortable was that it was just me. But when apprentice came, but when I looking at the apprentice and
the apprentice looking at you, and there's no customer.
I was no customer. So it became a burden in my heart.
Okay.
So one of the way I overcome that was thanking God every day, even when there was no customer.
Yeah.
Grateful
I was
heart.
just thanking God for. Then amendments started coming. Because people were perceiving, they were like, because when I was with my boss, customers would come and tell my boss that I should not give me work to do for them. Yeah, it happens a lot. So they say you shouldn't give me work to do for them. My boss will give me the work, I'll still be there to make it.
Okay.
So when I became a boss, they started telling me those same words. I should not give my apprentice. So those are the challenges I faced as an apprentice.
Okay.
Then also controlling people with different mindsets. Apprentices coming from different cultures.
I mean, it can be very
This
difficult to handle him.
This one is not serious. So and many. So I had to now go for leadership training.
Wow. Apart from upgrading your skills,
from upgrading my skills,
you went for leadership
I went
training.
for leadership training. I had to pay for that also.
Okay.
Because I realized staying under a boss, there are certain things you might not be able to communicate.
Okay.
Like how to lead. He might not teach you that aspect because what he's teaching is fashion. Like cut clothes, so this one. So that aspect of leadership, I was bankrupt of it. So I was just leading the business anyhow. So it was when I overcame that was going to register for 3 weeks on leadership
training.
So and then I read books about leadership. So that was what helped me. My perspective about leadership not changed.
Okay.
Everything about the business I brought in structure. Because when I started there was no structure.
There was no structure at all.
Everything was just anyhow.
anyhow.
Exactly. So but with the help of structure the business became stabilized.
Okay. Wow. All right. Let's move now into the main topic. We're talking about the future of African fashion, blending tradition with technology. Now, as a fashion designer, I don't know, do you belong to the African fashion designer or the technological fashion designer? Which do you belong to?
Okay.
You incorporate the two.
By profession, I'm also an AI prompt specialist.
Oh, okay.
An AI prompt specialist.
Okay, AI prompt.
Yeah, I'm also into tech. Like I was trained by a US company.
Okay.
Wow.
My boss and mentors in the US. So it was under because when I started this fashion thing, all I knew was just local things. But when God connected me to my boss, Mr. Lama Spencer, I went through 2 years training on the technology aspect of fashion. Yes. So I'm into you can call me African technology fashionist.
Wow.
That
was long. That was very long.
Yeah, so I know how to, like for instance now there are fashion designers that use hand to draw. But as I am now, within 2 seconds there are prompts I could use to give you designs that you need.
AI
through AI. So prompting is called like command. Like I want to say, can you please come?
Okay.
Or something is my heart. Like let's say I go to a restaurant now
and
I want to buy food. So what they call AI prompting is, I'm telling the person selling the food, I need rice and drinks and this. So the person selling the food now will now bring what I order for. So that's how AI is.
Okay.
Is it a kind of a machine or what?
No, they are apps, they are AI tools.
Yeah, I'm sure
your phone.
Let's say like
on my phone and laptop.
Okay.
Something like
ChatGPT is one of them. Then Gamma, Midjourney.
Okay.
So a lot of people are complaining now that AI is taking their job. But that's not what AI is doing. Because AI cannot operate itself.
Okay, it also needs a human to
yes.
operate it.
So like people that are high skills in using AI tools, they can't lose their job. In fact, there are people that are in demand of AI prompt specialists and prompt engineers.
The
So
world
you
is
must
really
be in
evolving.
business right now.
Yes.
Take a good look at him.
He's in business, guys.
Yeah, so because when I started, when I got employed to the company, everything they were doing was technology aspect of fashion.
Wow.
Because now not everybody are looking for people to sew, because there are people that like unique designs.
Things for
I
themselves.
like the design with the first style they are wearing. So there are people that use brain work to sketch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with my prompting skill, what somebody can use 3 days to do, I can use 3 seconds to do.
it.
So I've mastered AI tools, how to use AI tools in the fashion aspect also.
And it makes the work very easy,
Very
very
easy
fast.
and very fast.
Okay, so based on your experience now, I'm not pitting any fashion side against any fashion side.
Okay.
Which do you prefer, the African style, or like, you like the
AI prompting style?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I would say, like, in order not to forget about our culture and our background,
Exactly,
we'll
that's what we're
merge
talking
the
about.
two
Both.
together.
Okay.
So, for instance, now I could instruct a ChatGPT to give me an African design, which on the dress you see our culture.
Okay.
I can say, can you create for me? There's a way I'll prompt it that it will bring out a thief design that is for the thief people.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, so now I'm
Yeah.
bringing AI. So, what I would say is, my African fashion helps me on how to use AI also.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
yeah.
So without the knowledge of the African aspect of
You
fashion,
won't be
there's
able
no
to-
way I can use AI to promote our culture.
That is, the both work hand in hand.
Yes, the book word hand in hand.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Yes, like, because the fashion business is such that we just see designs. Basically we don't know like where these things are
How it
coming
came about.
from.
Yeah.
You just do you remember the time of my money grows like grass? I wonder who came up with that.
Okay, those design you write on
And it was
t-shirts.
just everywhere.
Exactly.
So like designs like that, and then they just come out and become popular and things like that. I mean, the fashion, everybody must wear clothes anyway.
Yeah,
That's
of
true.
course.
Yeah, everybody must wear clothes. And I know like there is a difference between like fashion and style, but could you like tell us what's the difference? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people confuse it. So it's my fashion, it's my style.
It's my style, it's my fashion, yeah.
My style, so
Yeah, okay, the difference between fashion and style is, fashion is general,
okay.
Okay.
is external, while style is internal.
It's
Yeah.
personal.
Personal.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the difference.
Okay.
So like, for instance now, there's a way the Yoruba people dress. That's
Yes.
internal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say every culture wears suit, but not every culture wear culture. Not every culture can wear culture. For instance, let me use the Yoruba as an example.
Okay.
Let's say the way the Yoruba. Okay, let me use Idoma people as
Okay.
an example.
Okay.
Idoma has their unique design. That's the internal style.
Yeah.
How Idoma, I don't know if you know it. There's a way the Idoma this thing look like.
The pattern on their material.
Yeah, Idoma,
Okay.
thief, and the rest.
Okay.
So those are internal style.
Style, okay.
It's, if you want to know a person by his or her tribe through dressing,
Yeah.
you could know it through the style.
Yeah.
But then fashion is something general. It's what
Yeah.
everybody wears. Like suit, English wear, those are fashion. White style is
Well,
personal.
you said if you want to know a person's tribe, it is through the person's style, that is clothing style.
Yeah.
But don't forget that some people, like an Igbo man, can put on a Yoruba
yeah.
attire.
That's,
So it can be
Yeah, it
confusing.
can be
These days,
confusing.
yeah, that's
I think
Yeah.
it's back then that they like take this cultural styles very serious.
because-
but these days, I have a cultural Yoruba attire,
because then,
but I'm not Yoruba.
yeah. Because okay.
That's true. Alright, fashion is what is popular.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
one thing about fashion.
Okay.
White style is how you make it
Make
your
it
own.
your own.
Okay, fashion is like
Okay.
a trend.
Yes,
It's general.
Yes.
But style, you
It's-
just limit it to yourself.
Yourself.
Like, this is how
Exactly.
I want to dress.
Yeah.
This is my style.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know you with this particular
Your
style.
style.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like for
Okay.
example, now me, I like comfort. I'll
Okay.
say that is my style. Whatever is comfortable for me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see me anything restraining or anything
Uncomfortable.
stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
I think for me, style, My
I mean, why
style
will
is
you even
comfort.
use your money to buy something that will make you uncomfortable? I will never do that.
People do it a lot. You know, the thing is, there are some things that you just see so pretty,
It's trending.
It's not even trendy.
Some follow trends.
Okay,
Even if they're not comfortable, as long as it's trending.
I have a friend that does follow, like she follows trends. Like she'll say, "Oh, this is what is trending. Like, this is what is trending now," and that's what she likes. But like you just see some things and you're just like, this thing I know I will not wear it, but let me buy it.
Right.
Yes, there are some clothes like that you have in your wardrobe. You're just looking at it. I may never wear you, but you are pretty. Let me just look at
and
you.
why people follow trend is how they convince them.
It's social media.
Like I was surprised when I heard that one man went to the market and bought a wheelchair.
Okay.
So
For what?
Why? For what?
like these Igbo people, they have a way of making people buy into their idea.
Okay.
So the Igbo man told the man that if you don't buy this wheelchair now, the price will high.
Wait. Let me understand this. You are not in need of a
Yeah, you don't
wheelchair.
need of the wheelchair.
So what
I can't convince you. That person needs to be employed by a big company.
So he was convinced that if you don't buy the wheelchair now, the price will soon go up. And you-
wheelchair?
I don't even know
to make use of a wheelchair.
Is it a car or something?
and one
Following
problem
trend
with people is that
can be
they've
something
discover
else.
their style.
Yeah.
So that's how they follow
They
trends.
follow trends,
Yeah,
right?
they've not yet discovered their
Even
style.
when you know this thing doesn't suit you, as long as it's
Exactly.
trending, you go for it.
But
Exactly.
sometimes, you know, I feel like a lot of the reason why some things trend is because they feed a lot of people.
Okay.
So something would not trend if it doesn't go with like the majority.
That's true.
Like the majority can see themselves in that. You know, they just this can fit me, this can fit my friend, this can fit this boy, like that. I feel like that's why things trend, because a lot of people can identify in that thing.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I feel like if something trendy is happening and you like it, you buy it if it's your style. Anyways, if you
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's your
something.
style, if it makes you comfortable, you can go for
I know
it.
people
Don't
don't go for
follow trends.
a lot of
Just
people
like
don't go for comfort. Comfort is overrated.
Wow.
In like when you're choosing something, as long as it makes you look good, to hell with comfort.
That's true.
Okay, let's move on now. Still talking about African fashion.
All right.
Now, how can African fashion designers still maintain the cultural authenticity when they are trying to appeal to the global market? That's the technology. How can you still maintain that cultural authenticity? Because I mean, the world is evolving. Yeah,
That's true.
exactly. But so many designers these days are trying to, like, you know, relegate the cultural attires by, you know, just focusing on the, or like, is it the modernized way of dressing?
Yes.
But so as a African fashion designer, how can you maintain this cultural authenticity when you are trying to merge the both technology and tradition together?
All right. Okay. I would say authenticity is storytelling.
Okay.
Yes, authenticity starts with storytelling.
Okay.
So as African designer, we must ensure that our design reflects history. Just like the AI tools, and that one advantage of technology is that technology does not advise you to leave your culture
Okay.
when designing as a fashion designer. So what technology does is that it helps enhance your idea. Like as I was saying, no matter if I want to, what as African fashion designer, what we will do with technology is, no matter the design we are creating, we should make sure it has a lot to do with our culture.
Okay.
For instance, now this the suit that people wear general in the US, there's a way I could create the design as an AI prompt specialist.
Okay.
It will have our culture in it. Yeah, like the material will no longer be the plain material they are using.
Suits, okay.
Yeah, so for instance, now let's say during a wedding, if I want to design suit for someone to promote culture using technology, all I need to do is to prompt the AI tools to make sure the design has culture in it.
A little bit of culture.
A little bit of culture.
Okay.
So it helps to promote our culture and technology. That will enhance
but I think that should be based on the client's
choice.
style or choice.
Yes, exactly, that's true.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just impose style on the client.
If you look at most white people now, they are loving our cultural attire. Like most women now, they wear agbada to their wedding. Like they want to see how it look like on them. So that's one of the way that will help us as fashion designers.
Okay, to maintain the cultural authenticity.
Yes.
Okay. All right, viewers, let's quickly go on a short break, and when we come back, the Engendered show will continue. Stay with us.
Let's be fast with our chores. It's almost time for Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered. Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those thoughts? Then welcome to Engendered, where we bring you discuss, interviews, previews, experiences, opinions on issues relating to the female gender. This is Engendered. Please, girls, let's be fast with our
Engendered show, and if you are just joining us, sit back, relax, and watch. So we are talking about the future of African fashion, and the thing is, I would say African fashion is really right now, I would say, is at the at the peak. I know it's definitely going to go higher than that, get more recognition, but right now it seems to be getting a lot of recognition. And that's because Afro music is out there, because this is part of our fashion too. The way we sing, fashion is not, I feel like fashion should not just be
beyond clothing, right?
Clothing,
fashion is actually beyond clothing.
So it should not be like just for clothing. Fashion is something that should include everything from music,
every aspect of life, right?
Yeah, fashion is
just like culture.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, and based on the fact that now Afro music is really, pushing its way out there and getting global recognition. Recently, they just had the Grammys, I think. Yeah, and Thames won, which I
think the second time again.
Did she win? I don't know if she won. The first time she's won.
This is the second time she's winning.
Okay, congratulations to her, by the way, and congratulations to Nigeria.
You're proud.
And one of the things that really stood out for me on the show, I'll be on the whole event, was Yemi Alade.
Okay.
She went there dressed in a full cultural regalia. I think it was Edo dressing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just beautiful to see that she was pushing that.
Yeah.
Not just going she usually does. She has a crazy sense of style anyways, which is hers and known by everyone. And it's just helping Afro fashion. Afro fashion, yes, promoting it. And still a lot of people have reservations about this. why, you know, sometimes people, or I'll say like Africans don't think they are, you know, when you say, why are you using the fashion that way?
Okay.
Some people see, or some people don't really, you know, see the advantage to you, or they show some sort of disdain, or which I feel makes our fashion seem more inferior.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you start to say, why should he go, like, why are you using the fashion this way, why are you using the fashion that way? Because
well, I mean, everyone is entitled to his own opinion.
Of course. So because when I saw that picture, a lot of people said, oh, why did she go dressed like that? Oh, you know,
but in another man's land.
Exactly, in another man's land. You know, why did she go dressed like that? Well, I think it was Chiwetel Ago. He came out and he was, particularly because of her, I was proud of her that she went dressed like that. So the thing is, that is a challenge of its own. Why are we seeing our, you know, culture, our fashion as inferior
to other
culture, you know, other fashion? Because just because Western fashion is more globalized, more well known, doesn't make your fashion, you know, what we have here inferior. So that, which is a challenge of its own. How can we, you know, we say, stop that way of thinking, you know, because we are trying to promote, you know, this culture. This is, we obviously know that this has a future. This is going to go more viral, more global, because if you are online now, you see that Nigeria has become a trend. Everybody wants to be identified
in one way or the other
as a Nigerian or Nigeria. You know, there was one video I saw, and the girl was, she in school, her mother, okay, I think she told them in school that she was Nigerian. The mother was like, no, you're from Sierra Leone. Say, I want to be from Nigeria. So
she's in love with Nigeria.
Looking at that sort of, you know, global recognition, not just amongst Westerners, you know, with, how can we stop that? Because it is a challenge of its own, and it brings us back.
I mean, if we don't appreciate our own culture, way of
how do we
dressing,
expect people
others to appreciate it?
That's true. Yeah, one thing we must understand as Africans is that fashion is our culture. We're not promoting it, it's not promoting our culture.
That's right.
Just for instance, now there's this belief that everybody must wear suit on wedding day. That was a culture they brought into our country. Because I from the story I heard in time past, how they did wedding was not like the church wedding was not really so those people now, they brought in their culture into our country, and we bought into it. So like you said, now what Yemi Alade did by promoting the culture outside of
outside of the African space.
Yes, because I noticed one thing with life: if you don't value what you have, others will not value it.
That's right. So it all starts with you.
Yes, even as a fashion designer, like there are people that are close to you, they might not value your sewing. Like the first time I got the first person that paid me a good amount of money as a fashion designer, that person is not from Nigeria.
Wow.
People in Nigeria, they look at the design, they will like, they'll feel like the people believe you have to be in a big shop.
Yeah, exactly.
For where?
For something good to come out.
Yeah, so
that comes with the steez.
Honestly, so what we need to do is just to, we need to come to, you know, there's what they call consciousness, that's awareness. We need to allow people know that fashion is our culture. And people celebrate us for our uniqueness. For instance, now if you go to US now and you wear joggers and shirts, nobody will be like, wow, what's this? Like they see I'm working with Mr. Lamar Spencer. The first time he wore a native attire to church, the whole congregation were looking at him. They were like,
look different.
They were like,
strange.
Yeah, it's strange to them. But now he's promoting it. So once they see that we will value our culture, by first being our examples. Like for instance, now there are people that dress like Americans in Nigeria, so they are promoting the Nigeria culture. But meanwhile, what we need to do is to first promote the culture ourselves, so others can see it and value it.
No, better still, you can promote both.
Both.
The African culture and the Western culture. Promote
exactly.
both.
Yeah, people should not like
They just relegate your culture to the back.
And there's what I was taught again. That's what they call each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. That's oneness.
Okay.
Yes. So one of the problems we are having is like, these are just, I want my own like this. I want like the each one teach one is a principle of, there are things I know, and there are things this person might not know. But what will happen, what will make us one is me knowing what you know and you knowing what I know. So that's one thing that will help us. Each one teach one. So when we buy into their culture and they also buy into our culture, it will help. Yes, to help sustain the African culture. Yes.
So, I mean, the African culture is a very beautiful one. Me for one, I mean, I really asked this question because when I was younger, if you tell me like I should wear like native things, I will frown.
Same here.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable in it. When I was younger.
Exactly.
Now I'm a lover of native.
Those tailors there, they are funny designers.
They want to sew it in a way that you got. No, I think it's from our parents. Calm down. Let me analyze this very well. They want to sew it in a way, but the measurement will like last for years. Past that growth, and it becomes so funny. You don't feel comfortable.
Even when I most of the tailors, they like managing things.
Okay.
Like when I was growing up, the tailor that always saw my uniform only put 3 buttons. So what people hated fashion that period was the fashion designer then were not civilized.
So archaic.
They are old people. So like they just they were not ready to change.
Right.
So that's one problem again. I will not promote the African culture. Like now, when like AI now is not saying African culture is bad. AI just coming to enhance it. But any fashion designer that reject AI will become a kill, like you said. So that's one advantage with technology and fashion together.
So what do you think about the level of technology fashion wise in Nigeria? How is the integration like? Like so far, what have you seen? Is it like good? Is it bad? Is it just average? How are people taking it?
All right, I would say technology is very good because, like for instance, now what will cause you headache thinking? You just need to give few words and technology will give you what you want exactly. I don't know if you know, like in America, there's how someone will steal something. They will be asking you, can you describe how the person look like? So as you are speaking,
someone is drawing
they are drawing it, and once they finish the drawing, you say this is what you want. So that's what technology has come to do. Technology has come to ask you, how do you want this to be? So technology is not against the African fashion. It has come to promote.
So like on a percentage rate, what's like the scale in terms of integrating this technology in Nigeria?
How have people received it so far amongst like young fashion designers that you know? How are they receiving it so far? Do they like it? Do they not like? What's the percentage?
Okay, like let's say for me, I'll give it 100% percentage.
That you are receiving it
whole.
No, for me, like me, I've accepted it.
Personally. You haven't seen it.
Like me, I'm speaking for myself now because I've used it for like 1 year, getting to 2 years now. I've been using technology and my fashion together, so it has make work very easy, very fast, stressless. So for me, I will accept it 100%.
And was it easy for you to acquire? I mean, stuff like that can be very
like when I started learning it, it was very hard. But one thing I realized is there's nothing that is hard in life. All you need is just to know the how. Like the how is very important. Just like as I'm saying now, there's someone that can give the AI tools I'm using. Without the how to use it, the person will be getting wrong result. And there was somebody that always insulted the person. They give the person a task to do using technology about fashion. So the person does not know how to prompt it So what the technology was giving the person was wrong. The person is sorting it.
And how did the technology respond?
Like when you are giving technology frustrated response, it will give you frustrated yes. Just like me going to restaurants now asking somebody to give me water when I wanted rice.
Okay.
So it's not the fault of the person.
It's not giving the right.
Yes, they're not giving the right command.
Yes. Yeah. So the people that will hate technology now are people that cannot use it. Or people that don't know how to use it.
And I think learning this has to do with patience. You need to be patient.
Yes, exactly.
You won't just learn it at a goal. It takes time.
Exactly. And you need to have someone that knows it very well and can explain it to you. Because I noticed when I started like when the man was teaching us, he asked some people to teach us. The thing is, we and the person were both confused.
Wow.
Honestly speaking, so they were confused. We were confused. So when the man comes, he will not be angry. That why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? It was when he himself personally started training us. That was when we started understanding everything. I had to start teaching some people.
Wow.
Because
you got it faster than
yes,
and the more you teach, the more you learn.
Exactly. And aside that, I also do practices. Like that, like me, most times I sleep 4 a.m.
Okay,
every
you wake
day.
up when?
I woke up anything 6-7, I'm up again. So when I sleep, maybe in the afternoon.
You sleep 4 a.m.
Yes. And I wake up 6
a.m.
So at times when I feel like sleeping in the afternoon, I just sleep like 30 minutes, wake up again. Because I notice the word is evolving, so I need to move with it.
You need to be time conscious.
Yes, I need to be where the word is. So that's what I do. So I put more.
Sleep till 10 a.m.
So I put more hours. So the difference between me and those people was that I went for extra training.
Okay.
Why then they stop at what they taught all of us.
Wow.
So that was the problem. So technology is good.
Yes.
Are you still learning or you are done learning?
I'm still learning. I'm still upgrading my skills.
Okay.
But that's the thing with technology though. You have to keep learning. Because
it keeps enhancing.
Evolving.
Exactly.
It is evolving. Like what you hear today is not the same thing you hear. Like give it an hour's time.
Yeah.
You are hearing something else.
Exactly.
And you just have to
need to keep yourself updated.
You need to keep updated because
exactly, just like apps on phone now.
Okay.
The apps are very good, but there are times that it will start manufacturing if it's not updated. So that's why we need to keep updating our knowledge also. So that's the solution.
I guess that's applicable to normal human life too. If you want to actually move on, with your life, get to better places in your life, you have to put yourself under pressure.
I mean, we learn every day.
Yeah, you have to
cradle
keep learning.
to grave. We learn every day.
Yeah, you have to keep learning.
All right, so there are challenges some of these designers face when they are trying to, modernize the traditional way, like, modernize into the Western culture. What are these challenges and how can these challenges be surpassed by these fashion designers trying to modernize traditional ways?
Okay. Some of the challenges of the first one is access to knowledge.
Okay.
For instance, I had not met this man I'm talking about. Everything I know today, I would have not known it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first thing is access to knowledge. Because I realize most people think money is the problem. But money actually is not the problem.
Really?
Knowledge is the problem.
Okay.
So you are to acquire the knowledge first before thinking about money.
But they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. But there's a
place of knowledge.
One come before two.
Yes.
Like when reading numbers, one comes before two.
So which is number one now?
So we can say knowledge is number one, while money is the
number two.
So some people now are putting two first.
Okay, money first.
Yes, because once you have access to knowledge, the money must come.
Definitely come.
Okay.
Yeah, because like one of the reasons why I used to have sleepless nights at times is because I train people. So I give people hours. I don't there were certain people I trained for from 12 to 1, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, so like that. So but what brought about this was the knowledge I acquired. So like for instance now, as a fashion designer, if everybody is complaining about you that you are not modernized about your sewing, some might be thinking what they need is money to buy more machines. Yes. So they might be thinking what they need is that they don't have an uncle that can sponsor them. So those are
secondary.
Yes, those are secondary. Those are just like after one is two. Those yes. So what they need is knowledge.
Okay.
Knowledge is very powerful. Like for instance, now there are fashion designers that don't have mentors who they are following.
Okay.
So they don't even know what's happening now in the fashion world, because fashion itself is a world.
Of course it is.
Yeah, so most people don't have access to the world. Like, and some people
Access to the world in what sense?
Okay, like what's happening in the world of fashion.
Okay.
For instance, I'm coming here now, I know what's happening here because I have access to this place.
Okay.
So access to knowledge is very important. Like one of my mentors said, knowledge is not scarce, but those who will pay the price are scarce.
Okay, yeah.
That's deep.
I guess that's deep.
Knowledge is everywhere.
Yeah.
You enter YouTube, there's knowledge there. Facebook, there's knowledge there.
WhatsApp,
so now you don't even need money to learn new things. Like the technology has made it easy. Like okay, for instance, now there was something I learned. I paid the price to learn the thing. I was using it to charge people. They were paying me for it. But the thing is what they can also learn. What I realized with this our generation is most people don't want to pay the price to learn. Like for instance now, people that are ready to give you 100 books, you read it, then they will pay you. You now be telling them the story of what's happening in the book. So because it was one day while I was meditating, I discovered that secret that you can find 1,000 people. Only 10 will want to pay the price to have access to knowledge. But the remaining ones, they are looking for who will come and summarize it for them.
They want it quick.
That's why they say if you want to hide something from African man, put it in a book. That's not a lie.
No,
because there was a particular skill I went to learn. I realized that thousands of people don't know that skill. Not that they cannot learn. I learned it from YouTube.
Really?
That's how simple it is. So
and you're making money out of it.
So I learned it from YouTube. But we all have YouTube on our phone.
They don't just have the access.
Like I'm also a YouTuber.
Okay.
I'm a content creator, so I have a YouTube channel where I create things. So most people don't have this idea. Knowledge is everywhere. So the challenges most people are facing is knowledge. So what they need to do is just go for knowledge.
So one of the, according to what you have said, one of the challenges also a lack of a good mentor.
Exactly, that's true. That's true.
Lack of a good mentor, because we also had, like, last, I think it was 2 episodes ago, when we had, the 4 essential tools, and it was still part of what we were talking about, getting a mentor. Because you just have to get someone that already knows this to lead you in the better way. And of course, you have to be ready to do the work. And one thing, like, we all know is that this generation, a lot of people don't want to do the grunt work. Like they are just like
and a lot of people,
I don't want stress.
Some people don't want to be under anyone.
And
that's true.
I mean,
exactly.
Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't just become a boss overnight. You need to work under someone.
Like I said, exactly. Because before I even became a boss of my own, I went through serving my boss. There's one principle in the Bible where God said, God did not say it will be easy, but He said it will be possible. That's how they say with God all things are possible, not all things are easy. Like when I started my YouTube channel, there was a time I got angry, I gave up. Like,
why is it you're not getting subscribers?
Yes, I was not having subscribers, I was not having views. But when I continued, and when I saw that principle that it's not easy but it's possible, I continued till my channel got monetized.
Oh, nice.
So right now, like I now realize that principle really works. Whatever we want to do, we just have to know that even God did not say it's easy, but God says it's possible. That's why with God all things are possible. So there's no knowledge anybody want to have access to, and the person cannot have access to.
Personally, I believe this.
Yes, but the process of learning it is not easy. Like I said, there was a particular, for 1 month I was not sleeping at night. Like for 1 month straight, I was always learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. So it was not easy, but it was possible. And I had to buy data again. So yes, knowledge is not completely free.
It's not free.
There's a price to pay. The price of time.
I mean, they said no pain, no gain.
Yeah. There are people that have, there are most people that have data on their phone. Some people even buy data 30,000. But if you ask them, how much have you made? Like for every 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira that I do, I must have 100% return income from it. That's what I do. By using that data now to acquire a knowledge that thousands of people don't want to learn. So they'll come and meet me because I realize reading book is not easy, but it's possible.
It is.
Yes.
The word possible again.
Yes, reading book is not easy, but it's possible. And there was a particular time I sat down in one spot. I finished. It was up to 4 books, but one thing with reading is you have to start gradually until you become part of you.
Become accustomed to
yes. So people need to go for knowledge.
All right, Godwin, time is against us. In few words, what's your advice for the upcoming fashion designers? What's your advice for them in this fashion industry? What do you have to tell them?
All right. Okay. What I would say to the fashion designers is, it might not be easy, but it's possible. Okay. So, and also humility to learn. Like there were things I learned from my apprentice, not from my boss. Yes. So the what I would tell them is going for knowledge. And also there's no client that is not ready, that will not be willing to pay for high value. So what we do as fashion designers is to upgrade our value. And upgrading our value is not with money. It's knowledge. It's brain work. So we need to upgrade what we know about fashion. Like what some people are doing in fashion is what they learned 10 years ago.
Yes.
That's what they are the knowledge they are still using. So they need to upgrade the skill. Knowledge is everywhere.
It's unlimited.
If you don't want somebody to tell you stay here, do this, do that, go to YouTube.
Okay.
There are a lot of skills you learn on YouTube. Go to Facebook. A lot of skills you learn from Facebook. So, and what they should be after shouldn't be money. It should be continuing with their passion and knowledge. Because once you have knowledge, like I said, not everybody are stingy, but once you have what they can pay for, they will pay for it. Okay. I said it from my personal experience. There are people that they have never wanted to send me money, even if I ask them, they will not give me. But there was one knowledge, they really are in need of that knowledge.
They had no
so when they came, I give them my price. I was surprised. I immediately afforded my account number. I thought the person was not serious. So the person sent the money. And that's it, releasing the knowledge bit by bit. Okay. So nobody is stingy, but if you have what they can pay for, they release the money.
All right, Godwin, thank you so much. It was nice having you on the show. I mean, I've learned enough today, and I didn't pay for it.
I'm a certified fashionista.
Wow, automatically. All right, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. Now I'll leave you with this. As an upcoming fashion designer, or you are already a fashion designer, just keep being persistent, and trust me, the sky will be your limit. Till I come your way again, I am Confidence Reuben.
And I am Bukola Ogungbeje. Stay tuned to Captain TV for more news and insightful updates. Bye-bye.